Well, it's another night. It's time for another job. I've been running a little bit. I'm up to level 4, which is where I was before when I left, when I lost my profile. So I figured we'd get back to kind of where we were. I'm still waiting anxiously for the new DLCs to come out. Let's go to the job market here and get a job. Get a jorb. What's up, Lely? We need to go to the nearest city, which is going to be Reading. Unfortunately, the big jobs. What about Reno? We're better off in Reading. Bitumen has two pretty high-paying jobs. We can go to... Where are we going to go? I've been to San Diego like 18 times. Let's go to Eli. Or Ellie. However you pronounce it. So we're going to hop into the truck. And unfortunately, we'll be driving at night for most of the game. Forever. Sometimes when you get, hey, what's up, P? Sometimes when you get on that night cycle, you just get stuck. Yeah, it's bedtime, guys. It's almost midnight. I love you guys. Good night.
So good.
What? So I did go into my settings and change the steering speed so that it's faster. Sorry, I gotta fudge with my microphone here. And I also put my truck to manual transmission because it's not the same as having the H or the regular shifter on my controller. This is, using on my steering wheel. I am gonna try to figure out a way to get it so that I can hook this up with the steering wheel down here. I haven't figured that out yet, but I will eventually, because it is more fun playing this game with the steering wheel for sure. Somebody asked me what steering wheel I use. I use the Logitech Momo steering wheel. Honestly, the G27 probably is the latest and greatest, though I think somebody said you still can get the G27 on the internet, so it's out there. So I'm excited. Mark is coming back. What, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Next Friday, he's got to take the Sec Plus test, Security Plus, which is a CompTIA certification. For those of you that are into the PC world, you guys are going to be familiar with A+ certification, Net Plus certification, and Sec Plus. When he graduates from his schooling through the Air Force, he is going to have both Sec Plus and the A+. He's already got the A+ certification, but he'll be getting his Sec Plus, hopefully. They say that about 20% of the people pass the first time they take the test. So this will be his first attempt. He always scores in the top 2 people in his class. However, that does not mean that he's scoring well. I think on the one day he was really kind of frustrated. He called me and he said, well, I was in the top 2. And I'm like, that's excellent. He's like, yeah, except for I only got 50% of the questions right. What'd you say, Ryan? Yeah. True, he didn't have a chance to read all the material. Now he's able to do that, but kind of good for him. He and I guess it's a pretty big deal. He got selected out of all of his cadets for all the cadets at the school for Airman of the Month, and I guess it's a pretty big deal because it's like 2,000 people or something that are out of all the cadets that are there, and so that was a huge deal for him. So he's all excited. He got a coin and he got like a commendation paper. And was it who gave it to him? Was it like the base general commander or whatever? Yeah, like the base commander awarded it to him, and like he got called out of his class and got. Oh, now here we got one going to Los Angeles, or right for 11,000. This one still pays higher miles. We'll do that. That's right. That was there before, but it pays more now. Interesting. It must be a different job. Oh, perfect. Straight back. So I'm still loving this truck. I do love this truck. The more that I drive it, I just wish it didn't have those red windows in the back, but whatever. He must have red cabin lights inside. It's a nice truck. And this is going to be one of the trucks that's coming out. So I think probably what happened, I was trying to piece it all together. I have the feeling that they took this because I guess when the beta came out, they had these trucks in it, the W900 and the Peterbilt 389 were both part of the beta, and then because of licensing they took them out. So I bet you some of these modders figured out a way to pull those models, and you know, because from what I've seen online, I'm sorry, my mouse, I have to use my mouse. That I don't, something is still not right with the Steam controller settings for my mouse. I have it, it's just not working the way I want it to work. Anyway, I have a feeling the modders figured out a way to get these trucks back into the game. So this is probably exactly what the official truck is going to look like. However, oh man, my brakes are almost out of air. I got to be careful. However, I think that they probably will have more options. So like you can get it without the sleeper cab, or maybe a shorter sleeper cab, just like the in-game trucks already. I don't think they're going to be just the truck with no options. This truck doesn't really, aside from like detail options, this truck doesn't really have any like regular truck options like the ones in-game. So like no sleeper cab, small sleeper cab, large sleeper cab, different wheel chassis and stuff like that. So we'll see. And my brakes are back up. I've kind of figured out how to do the braking system without having too many issues. Let's see, into the City Corp, right down to 30. Yeah. I'm finding that I average about 1 ticket per trip. There's a recruitment agency. That's good. We'll have a lot of recruitment agencies. And I've been just trying to use my cruise control when I get into cities. But sometimes it comes up on you. Like you come around a corner and all of a sudden you're in the city. You're going 40 because the speed limit was 40. The speed limit drops to 30. You didn't see the city, you know. And then there's a cop sitting right there and you get a ticket. And so that happens to me a lot. And I'm trying to get better at not getting tickets, but haven't had any car accidents since that really big one we saw on the freeway, but where I flipped the convertible over the top of my truck. But I also haven't, I have had a lot of minor driving infractions, and I think with a truck driver, you know, if you get a couple tickets, you'll never work again. You have to be really careful. So I remember I used to yell at those guys for turning, but I realized, you know, in America we do turn left on red. If you're out in the intersection, you have the right to to get out of the intersection. So, and usually you won't get ticketed for that. Oh, and I also figured out how to crash my game. Here's a bug with this model. Since the screen is not working, you can see there on my home screen, there's no functioning going on. Oh, I'm going 40. Shoot, I keep doing that. Since there's no actual functional computer in this game, if I in this truck, if I press the I button, it crashes my game. I did it once, and I'm like, what? And then I did it again, and I'm like, oh, because I was trying to change I wanted to see what my miles per gallon were with this truck, or if I was like, you know, 7 or 5 or whatever, with that motor that I picked. I've got enough money to upgrade to the larger gear set now also, and I may do that since I'm not running it automatic. I would imagine having more speed, or since I'm running automatic, I would imagine having more speeds available would get me better gas mileage. So we'll see what happens. It is, you know, probably like a $7,000 or $8,000 upgrade, but maybe we'll do it right after we're done with this run, because then I'll have some money in the bank. Oh, and also I should be able to pay off my loan early, so then we can start moving on to the next truck. I'll probably take out the $500,000 loan, expand the garage, and buy a fleet of 3 trucks. I'll probably end up selling this truck and getting newer equipment. You know, it's funny to me. I've got a lot of guys that are, not a lot, but I've had a couple guys that have been like, don't use mods, don't use mods. And I'm like, what? Because it's funny to me, like it's cheating. I would think that a truck like this would probably be used, you know, in great condition like this truck is. You're probably looking at like $50,000 to $60,000. I know that, you know, like day trucks used, because I have friends that are truckers, and they do intermodal here in Cleveland, and the one guy especially, he's like, you know, you can get into a truck to do day runs, like where you run down to Cincinnati and then come back in the afternoon, or go out to, and that's all he does. He goes to the intermodal yard in Cleveland, picks up some of those crate, you know, like the sea crates, and has them loaded from the train onto his truck, and then he goes to Cincinnati, he goes to Sandusky, he goes to Toledo, Columbus, and he delivers them and then comes back home. He makes 1 or 2 runs a day, depending on how long. If he goes to Columbus, he can make 2 runs. If he goes to, you know, obviously Cincinnati's 4 hours away, so then it's 8 hours round trip. So at that point, he just, you know, comes back. But anyway, he said that you can get a truck for, you know, like used for like anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 for a day truck, with either a very small sleeper or no sleeper cab. So, you know, I think that it's reasonable, like over the road truck like this with the big sleeper cab and the, you know, it's like a nice in nice shape, probably would be about $50,000 to $60,000, which is what we paid. So I don't think that's out of unrealistic. You know, maybe more though. I don't know. I haven't ever purchased a 10-year-old truck. I don't know, but I would think if it has some miles on it, it's not going to be as expensive as buying a brand new truck at $100,000. So, and right now I think that's what people are wanting. So, is it cheating? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when the mods come out. When this truck comes out as a mod truck, and we see what the official pricing is on the truck. Maybe they'll bring it in at like $70,000 or $80,000. Maybe it will be $110,000 like the in-game trucks. Who knows? So we'll have to see. But I do know there are day trucks and sleeper trucks that are under $50,000 available now. Anywhere in the country, you can probably just buy one. So, oops, I keep forgetting to turn my brights off. Maybe I should. I don't know. I should assign that to joystick command. So anyway, but we'll sell this truck because I think it'll make everybody feel better, because everybody's having conniption fits about me using a mod truck. So I don't mind. I want to get into the newer trucks anyway. But this is a pretty cool truck. I do like it. What do you think, Ryan? Yeah. Yes, but they like to live vicariously through the YouTube channel, Ryan. You must understand that part of it. Oops, I'm blinding everybody again. Sorry. Sleepy trucker, look out. So I don't know if this is 70 miles an hour. We must have entered into Nevada, because I thought the speed limit... Oh. So I have to way over rev to get to 70 miles an hour, and that's the problem with this short gearbox. So we're just going to keep it at 60. I don't want to blow my motor. I didn't see a state line, but then again, it's dark. We'll see what the city is here, what we're going to see. No, yeah, we must be, because Reno is the exit, and Carson City is the next one. I didn't know this. Carson City has a mint. Seth and I were watching Pawn Stars. Now, as you guys know, they're located in Las Vegas, so they're in Nevada. And they found somebody brought some coins in, and they were looking them over, and I guess they were minted in Carson City, and I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that Carson City was a mint location. So, but it is. So today's goal, once again, is to get, well, I think we'll maybe, I don't know if I should put the money into the transmission. I don't know. I think we're okay. To be able to reach 60 miles an hour, I think we're good. I don't really see needing to go much faster than that. I guess if for a hot freight we could, you know, and I don't know. It's a tough decision because it costs, well, we'll go to once we drop this load off, we'll stop at a dealership and see what the cost is to upgrade. If it's like $6,000 or $7,000, it might be worthwhile, but it takes us a step backwards from getting to the next truck. So I'm thinking maybe we just wait. But I definitely want to pay that loan off before I take another loan out. I wonder if different motors sound different. They probably do. What was that, Rue? No, it's a simulator game. They probably actually do sound different. That's probably the deciding thing. If it was not a simulator, they would all use the same sounds. I know that this motor sounds way different than the motor in the The 351. Right. The only way you could do it is to change motors to test it. I know on the newer trucks it won't sound different, but on these older ones, because some of them have turbos, some of them don't. See, I don't know. True. Right. But they might yeah. Yeah. I think that they might have. I don't know how big their team is. It's probably pretty big, I would imagine. I think it's probably more than 10 people. They've been making these games for a long time. That was a really sharp corner. Jeez. Ryan said, okay, 20. But then again, if they're modders, Ryan, if modders are making these trucks, they probably put the time into making the engines do different sounds. I don't know what I just did there, but screwed up. Let's see. So I've got 8 hours left till my break, and I can get there in 6.5 hours, so we can actually do this in one run. I don't have to stop. 80 mile an hour speed limit. I'm sorry, what, Ryan? What, Ryan? Why is that? Well, after 14 hours, yeah, I do too in real life. Old man. Yeah, it's... Well, it makes a difference as you get older. It definitely is harder to stay awake while you're making those long drives. I'll tell you from personal experience, I used to have no problem driving 16, 18 hours, like no problems. And as I've gotten older, it's a struggle. I get to like 10 hours and I'm done. I'm cooked. So now we're out here in the desert wasteland of Nevada. Now somebody said to go to, that I would see something cool in... what's the name of the city at the North Junction? I forget what the name of the city is. Jackpot. I didn't see anything. What was I supposed to see? I went up there and I couldn't find anything of note. There was an airport there where airplanes were taking off, like crop dusters. I thought that was cool. There's some factories up there and a hotel, but that was it. And cool mountains, of course. But I didn't see, I don't know, I was looking for something. I don't know what you guys wanted me to see, but please note in there what's in Jackpot that I missed. Because I did miss it. Whatever it was, I missed. And no, I'm not drunk. I don't drink. As we talked about before. If you see me weaving, it's just because I'm a bad driver. Yeah, man, there's nothing out here. This is like... So this is... I'm on the schedule now, so what's going to happen is we're going to get to Eli, and then I'm going to have to sleep, and then it's going to be night again. So I keep having to record at night because I'm on a night schedule. It's 4:30 in the morning. The moon is still out. That would be prototypical of the United States. Now there is a train line out there. I wonder if that's what they want to see. Oh, the sun is coming up. Sunrise at 4:30, 4:40. That's a little bit early. I mean, if it's like dead midsummer, like Midsummer's Eve, maybe. I'd say this starts happening around 5 or 5:30 in Ohio, at least. Maybe it's different in Nevada, but it's a little bit early, but it's still later than it does in Europe, so. There's that brake noise, whatever that is. That's not a Jake brake, though. The Jake brake's like... I've not figured out how to turn that on. Is it J, maybe? Nope. Nothing when I press J. I do like this country out here. It is pretty cool. Is that a tunnel? What is that over there? Looks like a pipeline or something. Is that the controversial pipeline? Yeah, this is just beautiful out here. I love this drive. I know I've been here before, but I feel like I haven't seen it before. What is that? That has got to be a pipe or something. Whoa! Well, honey, it's early morning. The sun is just coming up. I have not. Here's where the speed limit just drops, and it's like, oh. I didn't get a ticket this time, though, thankfully. Yeah, no, I would say at 5:30, this is what it looks like. So the sunrise has caught, the time has caught up with the sunrise. So I think they just, because it's compressed time, that's just how they had to do it. So it didn't feel like you were jerking into daytime. But right about now, this is what 5:40 looks like in the summer. It's crazy speed limits, man. Utah. No, it's actually Nevada. So I'm ready for the DLCs, guys. Bring them. Bring the trucks. Bring the free DLC. And then, man, heck, bring out Utah. Bring out Colorado. I'll pay for it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want more. Hopefully, they will, you know, jump on this and keep going with the I'll be there in 2 hours. I got 5 hours before I have to rest. I hope they stick with this and really bring these kind of things that they've been talking about to us. I really want to see. I want to see Colorado. I want to see Arizona. I want to see Utah. I want to see New Mexico. I want to see, you know, Alaska. I don't think that's going to happen, but maybe they'll even do some Canada. They had Canada in 18 Wheels of Steel. They did have Canada, so maybe that's a possibility. They even had, I think they went all the way down to that city. Ryan's losing at Smash Brothers. I don't know.
It's so on point. Like, I'm doing things and nothing's happening. You know, guys just getting hit.
It's not like me playing World of Tanks.
I don't get what kind of stellar internet this guy paid like $5 million.
That's why I don't play that game. I don't know why you play it.
How much do you think his internet costs a month to be able to play that smooth?
I don't know.
What, $500 a month, you think?
No, probably the same as ours. That is a pipeline. Look at that. Rue, could you give me a glass of ice water? I would really appreciate it. What are you talking about? Yeah, so it's not your fault. It's not us. I don't know, because the person you're playing has sucky internet. I don't know why he plays that game. He just gets mad at it. So anyway, I don't remember what we were talking about, but possibilities. Yeah, so it went. Was it Guadalupe? I don't remember. I don't remember what city. There were a couple though. What's the one where everybody goes to get drunk? Ryan, what's the name of that city? Where is Uncle Joseph living? What's that city? The one in Mexico. Where is it though? It's the one Tijuana. Sorry. Oh yeah, and then they had. Remember, I always thought it was funny because they had Chihuahua. So there were some Mexican cities that were in the original 18 Wheels of Steel series too, and I know they had Ontario and Ottawa and well, what else did they have? They had look at how beautiful this is out here. Wow, I love this scenery. 18 Wheels of Steel. Oh, they had. Did I say Toronto? I said Toronto, didn't I? Toronto and Ottawa and what's the big one? Vancouver and Great Falls. Though I think Great Falls is like Idaho or something. Iowa. Eli discovered. Oh, I'm delivering to another roadside construction. We can talk about dinosaurs again at the end of the episode. This kind of stinks though because this means I'm not going to be in the city, which I want to be in the city, but oh well. What can you do? No use crying over spilled milk. Well, here's your ditch digger. I hope it's a JCB. Oh, speaking of JCBs, because, you know, I play the farm sim, so... and JCB is one of the mods. I saw a 260. I guess people call it the robot. It's a skid steer, but I saw a JCB 260 today plowing snow. You saw what? Oh, it was a New Holland Bobcat? Plowing a giant driveway. It's probably his own, yeah. Sweet.
mini tank out of it.
All right, so back to normal length run there, guys. I think we did about a half an hour recording. I'm going to make another episode now. I might as well keep going, but we've gone up a skill level. That's great. Made some money, $10,000. We're going to do, I think we'll do the last long distance, and then we'll continue high-value cargo. Once high-value cargo is full up all the way, I will start doing the hazardous cargoes. Maybe fragile also. We could do fragile. We'll add a fragile.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Ryan.
Why doesn't this hurt my hands, but that does? And they're the exact same size.
Because that's a lot heavier. The Wii controller is heavy, honey.
I was like, why does the 3DS hurt my hands? This one, it's not because of the weight, it's because of the way you hold it.
No, because the 3DS is heavy too.
Yeah, this barely weighs anything. But
It's heavy.
it's the exact. I was saying, like, the heaviness I'm fine with.
Rats. There's no garage here to fix my truck up. Oh well. All right, guys. So we're gonna call it an episode tonight. I guess there's gonna be no fixing or selling or buying of anything because there's nothing nearby, except for maybe here in Elko, but that's a pretty far distance. That was a fun ride though. That was really beautiful. Along 50 here, coming up in the sunrise. That was pretty neat. So, all right. I will see you on the roads and the highways. And see you next time.